As Zabuza cleared the mist, an intense battle was getting ready to happen. Kakashi knew it, Sasuke knew it, Sakura knew it, along with Tazuna, who was really scared. These two freaking powerhouses are about to go at each other. As Kakashi says, Naruto, please let me help you. You can't take this all on your own. I got this, Kakashi. He's no match for a true Hatake. As Zabuza's like, the last two Hatakes, Kakashi the copy ninja, and Naruto, the ultimate Sharingan user. I know you. You're half Hatake and Uchiha. This means that this should be a good battle indeed. As Kakashi says, Naruto, he's coming at you with the intent to kill. You cannot take him. As Naruto's like, Kakashi, just shut up! As Kakashi's eyes widen, as Naruto's like, just let me handle this! As Naruto pulls out his blade, as Naruto's like, now, I have a lot of built-up anger inside that I'm about to take out on you. So, I hope you're ready. As Naruto takes one step forward into a sprint. And then he sprints so fast, it's almost like Sasuke during the tuning exams when he fought Gaara. Or you can compare it to Lee with his weights off. As Naruto is right on the side of Zabuza. As Naruto swings his sword, as Zabuza catches it with his hand. As this leaves a huge gash on Zabuza's hand. As Naruto jumps into the air as he says, Hatake style, fireball jutsu! As he spins out a massive fireball at Zabuza. As he already knows that Zabuza is going to dodge it, but this was his plan. As Zabuza dodges the fireball, it creates steam. Steam that's so immense, not even the Sharingan can see through it, except for Naruto's, because he's the one that did it. As Naruto activates a Sharingan, he begins to move through the mist, silently. Or steam, whatever you want to call it. As Zabuza closes his eyes, thinking that he can sense Naruto. All of a sudden, he feels something grab his ankles, and then he gets pulled underwater. As Naruto pulled him underwater. As Zabuza looks around under the water, Naruto could not be seen. Until Zabuza looked in front of him and seen a huge water dragon inside of the water coming right at him. As Zabuza did the hand signs inside of the water to counter his water dragon with his. As these water dragons collided, there was a huge water explosion. As Zabuza got back up afloat, as the steam cleared, as Naruto was nowhere to be found. Where's the brat? He's gonna pay for this! As he looks at his hand and just sees it leaking blood. I said he's gonna pay for this. As Naruto said, you looking for me? As Zabuza looks behind him, and then he gets a slash up his face. As Naruto had just cut out Zabuza's right eye, along with cut his mask down. As Zabuza's like, my eye! As then Haku comes out of nowhere saying, Zabuza, are you okay? As Zabuza says, I'm fine, Haku. As Naruto says, you know what? This is not fair. So, I'll give you this back. As he tosses Zabuza his sword. You're gonna regret giving me this sword back. As Haku really quickly bandages up Zabuza's eye. As now Zabuza was ready to go. His chakra was still good, and he just was missing an eye, kind of, so. As Naruto pulled out his short blade. As Kakashi says, Naruto, can I help you? As Naruto's like, yeah. But Sasuke and Sakura, protect Tazuna. As Kakashi says, fine then, Naruto. I'll take care of Haku. Or I'll take care of the Mist Ninja. You need to take care of him, since you already started the battle with him. Got it. As then all you see is the four rush each other. As Naruto fights Zabuza, as Kakashi fights Haku. As Kakashi immediately lifts up his headband, revealing his Sharingan. So fighting Haku is pretty easy for Kakashi. But we go to Naruto versus Zabuza. As their swords are clashing right now, back and forth. As Zabuza's like, you're just a genin. You're not bad, you know. As Naruto's like, yeah, you're a pretty strong opponent too. As Naruto then jumps back as he says, Earth style, Mud Dragon Jutsu. As the Mud Dragon comes out of the ground and begins to spit mud balls at Zabuza. As Zabuza blocks these with his sword. As he's like, so you can use fire, earth, and water, I see. As Naruto's like, oh, you thought that was it, huh? As then he says, now watch this. As Naruto says, wind style, Gale Palm. As he extends his hand, as a big blue chakra goes around Naruto's hand. As then it stretches out to Zabuza. And Zabuza's like, what is that? Naruto has mastered the move that Sora mastered. Beast Wave, Gale Palm, or yeah, something like that. As he grabs Zabuza, as Naruto's chakra was so physical, it almost looked like a nine-tailed cloak arm, except it was blue. It was like bubbly and blue. So it grabs Zabuza, as Naruto retracted it back to him. As Naruto says, so, now you can't move, can you? As Zabuza's like, you'll pay for this. I swear you will. As Naruto said, oh, I will? Then do something about it. As Zabuza says, as in the clone that Naruto had in his hand was actually a clone. So it turned into water as Zabuza was behind Naruto right behind him, about to slash him with the sword. As Naruto already knew this, so in an instant, as soon as Zabuza slashed his sword, and it hit, Naruto dodged it. As it hit the ground, Naruto put his foot on the sword so that Zabuza couldn't pick it up. As Naruto did a spinning motion with his sword, as then he cleanly sliced Zabuza's head right off. As Zabuza's body stood up for about 5 seconds, as then it dropped to his knees and dropped to the ground, as then it sunk to the bottom of the ocean. As Kakashi had just got done finished with Haku, as he had just impaled him with the lightning blade, as he pulls it out. As Kakashi's like, oh, you all done over there, Naruto? Yeah. As Sakura and Sasuke and Tazuna are just shook. As then they're like, no need to be scared. Let's continue our mission. As they get Tazuna back to his house. As when they get Tazuna back to his house, he's greeted by his daughter and his grandson. As his grandson says, welcome home, grandfather. And Nadi, nice to see you. As Inari's like, who are these leaf ninja? We're the people that saved your grandfather's butt, Naruto says. You didn't save him. We don't need you. What can you do against Gato and his men? Well, as Naruto begins to walk towards Inari. Actually, if you want to know the truth, we just took out Gato's best men, according to what we've seen. 2 A-ranked Jonin we have just killed earlier, Kakashi says. I'm pretty sure we're qualified for this mission. Kakashi gives Inari an eye smile. As Inari's like, whatever, you guys are just gonna end up dead, like all the other ones. As Naruto activates his Sharingan, saying, now you listen here. I've about had it with your mouth, and I've only known you for about 30 seconds now. You're really pushing my button, so I recommend you shut up. As Inari immediately says, who makes you think that you can tell me what to do? You're not the boss of me, and you think that your eyes scare me? As Naruto's like, As he stares Inari dead in his eyes. As Inari passes out on the floor. As Inari's mom says, Inari! And she runs to him and picks him up, and she says, what happened to him? As Kakashi looks at Naruto gave Kakashi a nod. As Naruto just put him in a little genjutsu. A little genjutsu where he just gets spankings all day, all night. Maybe that'll beat some sense into him, Naruto says. When will he wake up? When will he wake up? Inari's mom says. Oh, in about I'd say about 10 minutes. But in Naruto's genjutsu is gonna be about like 10 years. You go to 10 minutes later, as Inari wakes up saying, no more, please. As he looks around, as he's like, oh, what happened? It felt so real. You were in my genjutsu, kid. Yeah. As then he was about to say something disrespectful, but then he remembered what happened in that genjutsu. He was like, I don't want any spanking, so. I'm sorry for the way I talked to you earlier. It's just we've lost so many people trying to fight against Gato. As Naruto's like, well, apology accepted. Now I gotta get some sleep. As Kakashi said, Naruto, I'm gonna go teach Sasuke and Sakura training. I'm about to go train Sasuke and Sakura. As Naruto says, alright, go ahead. As Naruto goes to sleep. As Naruto goes to sleep, he wakes up the next day. As they're doing really well on the bridge. As soon as they're about to get done, they're freaking surrounded by about 5,000 men. As Naruto's like, what is this? As Gato's like, well, so if it isn't the kid that took out Zabuza and Haku. You must be Gato, an ugly drug dealer. As Gato's like, ugly? Who are you calling ugly? You, obviously. As Gato's like, I don't even have any words for you. But I actually have some. Hand over the bridge builder. Nah, I'd rather not. I'd rather just slaughter you all. As Gato's like, please, as if you could slaughter 5,000 men. As Naruto's like, come try it. As then Gato gives his men a hand sign, all 5,000 of them, to rush Naruto. As Naruto says, fine. Kakashi, pick up Tazuna and jump into the air. You too, Sakura, Sasuke. As all of them jump into the air, except as then Naruto's like, now. As then Naruto puts his right hand on his, he puts his left hand on his right shoulder. As in Naruto's whole arm is discharged with white lightning. It's covered in white lightning. Kind of like the Raikage's lightning cloak, except it's only on Naruto's arm and it's glowing white and flickering with chakra. White lightning. As Naruto says, take this, as he slams his hand on the ground. As in all the people on the bridge felt a huge electrical discharge in them. As 500,000 volts of lightning has just been shocked through them. As in Naruto's like, now, fire style spinning shot. As Naruto does a rotation type of thing and spins around rapidly. As fireballs just go spinning out of Naruto's mouth. As this hits all the men. As in Kakashi, Sakura, and Sasuke and Tazuna land back on the ground. As Kakashi's like, good work, Naruto. As Naruto's like, I just did what we had to do to complete the mission, you know? As Kakashi's like, yeah, good work. As they finish up the bridge. And then you go to them walking away. As all the people of the Hidden Mist Village are really thankful for what Naruto has done. As Naruto is the one that really should get all the credit because he's the only one that did anything. Well, Kakashi helped, but whatever. As they're walking away, Naruto looks back at Inari and gives him a thumbs up and a smile. As Inari says, I promise I'll get strong, and I'll see you again one day. As Naruto's like, yeah, I hope to see you too. Well, goodbye now. As Tazuna says as they're walking away, that kid is an inspiration. This bridge, it will be called the Great Naruto Bridge.